Imagine a high-stakes intellectual showdown at one of the world's most prestigious debating halls suddenly unraveling into chaos and accusations. That's exactly what happened at the Oxford Union, leaving everyone stunned and questioning the motives behind it all. The buzz was electric around the Oxford Union debate set for November 27, centered on the provocative motion, "This House believes that India's response to Pakistan is a populist strategy sold as security policy." But what was meant to be a rigorous clash of ideas between Indian and Pakistani perspectives turned into a spectacle of blame and evasion. Prominent Indian lawyer and speaker Sai Deepak didn't hold back, publicly denouncing what he called a Pakistani Gambit, a calculated move to dodge a real confrontation, and pointing fingers at organizational mishaps that sabotaged the event. In a series of posts on X, formerly Twitter, Deepak laid out his side of the story, which stood in stark opposition to the official line from London's Pakistan High Commission. They insisted that the Indian team had backed out at the 11th hour, but Deepak's narrative painted a very different picture of unreliability and last-minute drama. To understand this better, let's break it down step by step, especially for those new to how these international debates work. The Oxford Union is like the gold standard of student-led discussions. Think of it as a mini UN where young leaders sharpen their arguments on global issues. For beginners, the motion here questioned whether India's tough stance against Pakistan, often involving military or diplomatic responses to cross-border threats, was more about winning public applause than genuine safety measures. It's a sensitive topic, rooted in decades of rivalry between the two nations, and one that could easily ignite passionate defenses on both sides. Deepak's revelation started with the shaky foundations of the event itself. He highlighted concerns over the involvement of Pakistani nationals in leadership roles at the Union, specifically calling out Musa Haraj, the president, whom he described as the son of Pakistan's Minister of Defense Production, and Raza Nazar, the treasurer. This setup, Deepak argued, created an uneven playing field from the get-go. Adding to the tension, the original lineup of star Indian speakers, former Chief of Army Staff, COAS General Naravane, and renowned economist Dr. Subramanian Swamy had to drop out just 2 days prior due to pressing personal or professional obligations. For context, COAS is the top military leader in India, so their participation would have brought serious gravitas to the Indian argument. This left the team in a frantic rush to find stand-ins. Undeterred, Deepak stepped up to champion India's position and quickly rallied Manu Khajuria and PT Satish K. Sharma, both based in the UK, to join him. They were all set to make the trip to Oxford. But here's where it gets controversial. The whole thing imploded just hours before showtime on November 27th. Deepak says he got a call at 3:13 p.m. stating that the Pakistani delegation, featuring heavyweights like former Foreign Minister Hina Rabbani Kar and Defense Minister Khawaja Muhammad Asif, hadn't even arrived in London yet. Based on that, the Indian side decided not to proceed with the journey, avoiding what seemed like a no-show debacle. And this is the part most people miss. Deepak later claimed solid confirmation that the Pakistani group had actually touched down and was checked into a hotel in Oxford. This twist turned the situation downright absurd, prompting Deepak to unleash a sharp critique, accusing the Pakistanis of fleeing the battlefield before the fight even starts, essentially lacking the guts for a live, unscripted debate. He didn't stop there, slamming the Oxford Union bosses for letting the society's esteemed reputation get sullied in the mud and turning it into a propaganda tool for the Pakistan High Commission. It's a bold charge that raises eyebrows about impartiality in such forums, doesn't it? The fallout rippled beyond Deepak. Shiv Sena, OBT parliamentarian Priyanka Chaturvedi jumped in with her own witty jab on social media, tweeting, "Pakistan is crying again over an Oxford Union debate." This is for the record. Once again, they have proved to be liars. Expecting any better from them was not even on my list. Jokingly, her post shared on November 28, 2025, captured the mix of sarcasm and frustration felt by many observers. On the flip side, the Pakistan High Commission issued a polished statement expressing regret over the Indian delegation's supposed last-minute pullout. They listed the initial Indian names General Naravane, Dr. Swami, and politician Sachin Pilot, though Pilot wasn't mentioned elsewhere, as having chickened out, giving the Pakistanis an easy walkover victory. In their view, this showed India's reluctance to defend its security policies in what they touted as a neutral and intellectually rigorous setting. But is this just diplomatic spin, or does it hint at deeper insecurities on the Indian side? That's a counterpoint worth pondering. This messy episode, first reported on November 28, 2025 at 2019 IST and updated at 2127 IST, underscores how geopolitical tensions can spill into academic spaces, turning debates into battlegrounds of their own. Our news desk, a dedicated crew of enthusiastic editors and reporters, delves into these stories with live coverage, exclusive insights, and clear breakdowns to help you navigate the world's big events, whether in India or globally. What do you think? Was this a sly Pakistani maneuver to avoid scrutiny? Or did the Indian side drop the ball under pressure? Share your take in the comments below. Do you agree with Deepak's fiery assessment, or see it differently? Let's keep the discussion lively and respectful. After all, that's the spirit of a true debate. Disclaimer: views and comments are those of users, not ours. We encourage constructive chat, and may remove anything abusive, defamatory, or against the rules. By commenting, you agree to our terms of use and privacy policy.